Hello? Oh, the thing is upside down. How are you guys doing today? Alex is watching the Mod Squad, I guess that's what it's called. And he went to Fresh Time on his way home from work today. And I wasn't hungry then. What time is it now? It's 8:12 and I'm starving. So I'm gonna go to the grocery store. He just told me that he is, well, he told me earlier today, but he's like making the arrangements for it right now, that he's gonna go to Nashville. I guess like he leaves tomorrow night. I'm gonna take him to the bus station. He leaves tomorrow night at like 9 or 10. And then he gets in at like the middle of the night in Nashville. And they get in at like 5 in the morning or something. And then they're gonna be in Nashville Friday night. He bought this like trunk thing that you blow up to put on the top of your car so that they can load stuff of hers up there so that he can fit in the car. So he's really excited about it. I'm excited about it for him too, because I know he wants to spend some time with her, like this road trip, whatever. He was gonna fly out and meet her halfway, but because we just went to Vegas, he had to work this week. So he's gonna do that. And then my friend Valerie texted me today and she's like, do you want to go to the casino tonight? And I was like, I have a hair appointment at 11:15 in the morning. I'm a little afraid if I go to the casino, I might not make it to the hair appointment. So I was like, well, Alex is going to be out of town tomorrow night, so why don't we go tomorrow night, because I know I won't want to go on Friday. And then he will be back mid-afternoon Saturday. And it is so beautiful in the neighborhood right now. It's just so pretty. It's like early fall, and so the leaves are kind of changing, but they're still totally green. And the weather has been really hot today for not having air conditioning in my car. It's been like 95 degrees. So then on Saturday night, we're supposed to go see a movie with Melissa, because Jason is out of town. We're gonna go see The Nun, I think. So she was figuring out where we're gonna go see that and stuff. Yeah, and that's about that. And then tomorrow I'm getting my hair done, and I need to get an oil change. And hopefully next week I can get my air conditioning fixed, or take it in to see how much it's gonna be. Which I hope it's not super expensive. And that's about the news today. I woke up and I went and had coffee with a friend of mine, and it was for about an hour. And then, let's see, what did I do after that? Came home, filmed some videos, talked to some friends on the phone, answered some emails and social media stuff, and that was about it. Like, yeah, it's been kind of a low-key day. Last night, I was listening to that House of Impossible Beauties on Audible, and it's great, but I don't know if I talked about this last night, but I was so into the White Trash Zombie series that I just started listening to I stopped it and I started listening to the second book in the White Trash Zombie series, which I think is called Even White Trash Zombies Get the Blues. And it's good. It's like, it goes, literally picks up like right where the first one ends, which I love when books do that. So I'm kind of real into that right now. And I've been listening to a lot of that today. It's just been like kind of a calm day, you know? It's been just, you know, real relaxing. And do you hear like the crickets and stuff outside? Not a whole lot going on. I don't know what I'm going to do this weekend. Well, I might go to the casino tomorrow night, but I have to take him to the bus station, so I'll probably just go straight after that. Well, I'll probably vlog for a little bit, and then go home, take the dogs out and stuff, and then maybe go up to the casino, and then sleep in on Saturday, because he won't be coming home until mid-afternoon. One of our dogs, we don't know which one, had like really bad diarrhea this morning, all over the bedroom floor. And poor Alex got up to get ready for work, and he had to like clean it all up. I didn't even know that he was cleaning it up till like halfway through. And if you've ever had that happen and you wake up, it's like the smell hits you like immediately. And he was so sweet, because he thought it was Tucker. I don't think it was Tucker. I had actually taken the dogs out probably, you know, like Alex, I went to bed late last night, like 4:30. Alex got up at like 7. And Tucker, they all of them went potty last night before I took them to bed, so I don't know which one it was, but he was so sweet talking to them, and he was was like, we have accidents sometimes. I was talking in my Peterson's video today about like driving around and in silence and just like thinking about things in my head, and you know, I do that a lot, but I also think that like my vlogs serve as that to some degree, that I just kind of, you know, drive and think and go inside and reflect on myself. And you know, I mean, I think for me it's, when we talk in sobriety about conscious contact with our higher power, I think for me that's that sometimes, you know, where I think about who I am as a person and, you know, where I'm at in my life today and where I was and things I want to work on. And that is a church, and I've never seen that was a church before. And I always do that every day for like at least like 20 or 30 minutes. I kind of just like am in my head, you know, driving around. It's not like I get distracted or anything. I just like, you know, think to myself. It's interesting because like I actually am more creative minded. Oh god, it's hot. Like thinking about, you know, like ideas that I want to put out there. You know, whether it's a video idea, whether it's like a book that I'm working on. I get more creative ideas when I'm listening to music. Are you guys like that out there? Like, I don't know, like music is like, forces something creative in me. I thought that said intimate portraits. But anyway, I was like, oh my, right next to the grocery store, intimate portraits. But when I'm listening to music, and maybe it is dependent upon what kind of music I'm listening to, but I feel very creative, you know? Like yesterday I was listening to, are there any spots in there? Yesterday I was listening to the Grateful Dead. I used to be a huge Grateful Dead fan, and I haven't listened to them in a long time. So I was listening to them, and I don't know, it just made me feel kind of some kind of way. Like, did I forget my phone? I sure shit did. Oh no, I didn't. I was thinking about how I wanted to get a bunch of plants and stuff, and I thought I heard my phone beep. Did you guys think you heard my phone beep? But it didn't. All right, you guys, I'm gonna go to the grocery store, and I will be back in just a second. Okay, I'm home now. Oh! Trying to adjust this. And Alex is upstairs. He is packing for his PP&P Bachelor weekend. And so I said, do you mind? He had music playing. He said, no, not at all. Turning the music off so I could vlog for a little bit. And I just went to the grocery store and I bought all this kind of stuff, but I'm really hungry for a little bit of pasta. So make some pasta. I just weighed myself and I've lost 10 pounds since we got back from Vegas. I don't even know how that's possible. Okay, so I've got some things to show. But I've been like eating several times throughout the day, which Alex believes, where's my pasta? Cremette. Which Alex believes has something to do with that. So, and it very well might have something to do with that. Because I've been kind of like making one of those bagel sandwiches, and then I like don't eat it all at the same time, or the corn or whatever, and then I like eat a little bit of it here, a little bit of it there. So, right now I'm gonna make some cremette, angel hair pasta, and then I'm going to put a little bit of, I can't believe it's not butter on it. And then this sauce, this Newman's Own roasted garlic sauce. But I wanted to talk about some things I got in my P.O. box, because I haven't been able to talk about two of them, and I've been keeping them to the side because I want to show them. The first one, I got this from Elise today. This is the Lip Freak. Now, I did an entire video. It's like focusing in and out. I did an entire video like a year ago on the Lip Freak, the different ones. So, thank you so much, Elise, for this. I'm gonna actually show this in a video, like on my main channel. So I'm gonna do that for my main channel. I did want to show you one thing though. So I now have a box for my candle waxes. Look how full it is. But Alex came in tonight. You said you really liked the candle waxes, right?
The one that you were burning or melting, yeah.
Yeah, it's called Invigorate Me. And I got it at Meijer. And it's by Fusion by Sensational. So you can probably get it at Walmart too. And it was like $2 for 6 on the back. And it kind of, I feel like it smells like a spa, don't you? Yeah, I have other ones in here too. There's Clarity. Ooh, that one smells good. It smells a little bit more fall. And then I have Patchouli Woods, which I've almost used all of. I love that one. Oh, so good. It smells like patchouli. And then Fresh Garden, which I almost did today, but I didn't really like it. It smells very, very mossy. Yeah, I don't know why I bought that one. And then, how am I going to ever get these back in here? And then Oud Noir. That's okay. It's very fallish. And then Sophisticated Spice, which is also like a fall scent. So I've been kind of saving those. But I'm trying, I know that I'm not going to be good at this, but I'm trying not to buy more candle waxes until I at least go through some of these. Because, I mean, this is ridiculous. Do you guys see it? This is all candle waxes, you guys. This is every candle wax I have. Here are the Poorhouse Candle Company ones right here that she sent me. Oh, I should show this. I don't know if I showed this in here, but she sent me Mermaid Ice Cream and Luke's Diner, which is like very coffee smelling. It smells so good. So I'm gonna be burning that. I'm gonna put that on top this weekend when Alex is away, because he won't get that. But the other day when we got brunch, Alex got coffee. He's not a coffee drinker. Oh, and look, I have this one, Fusion. It's called Bourbon. It doesn't really smell like alcohol at all. It smells like a hotel room with like many, many candles on it. I really, really like these American Home by Yankee Candles. I don't like the Yankee Candle ones, but I really like the American Home ones, and I like the Glade ones too. Let me get one here, and there's so many in here that I haven't even tried. I mean, if you can get your hand on these, what are they called? Swan, American Soybean Wax Melts by Swan Creek. These are the best. I mean, so good. So these Glade ones, Warm Flannel Essence. Oh, they smell so good. And they burn really well too. So anyway, yeah, I've got all these in here. I have this huge Yankee Candle Easy Melt Cup, but I don't really know what to do with it. It won't fit in that thing, so I don't... Do I put it underneath the candle warmer? I don't really know what I do with it. I think somebody sent that to me. Because I wouldn't buy it if I didn't know what to do with it. This water is taking quite a while to boil. My grandma used to always say to me, I would stand in the kitchen like while we were making stuff, and she'd literally say, or I'd wait for my parents to come and get me, and she'd say, a watch pot never boils. It means that if you just like sit there, watch something, you know, like I would do that with cookies. And she'd be like, a watch pot never boils. Okay, these are somebody sent me too. Markela candles, hand poured sour tarts, but naked. I've never used these, so. Ooh, those are nice. They're really sweet. I don't love super sweet ones, but I'm gonna maybe I'll try those this weekend and give you guys my review of those. Come on, water. Okay, so the next thing I want to show you is, I love when people inscribe books to me, first of all. And so, Destiny Elmore wrote this children's book called The Forever Princess, and it is fantastic. I've read it. And she inscribed it, and she said, to Peter, I hope this book is as much of a blessing to you as it has been for me. You have made such a positive impact on my life, and I'm so grateful to have found your channels. God bless you. Your good Judy, Destiny Elmore. So thank you so much, Destiny, for this book. It's fantastic, and I actually can't wait to share it with my nephews, because Sebastian's getting kind of to the age where he can kind of understand stories, and Carlitos definitely can. And then Destiny wrote me a very, very nice personal letter. So I'm gonna put that in here. Put that in the envelope over there. I'm gonna take this over to their house next time I see them, so I can read that to them. Okay, and then the next thing, and I started pulling this out, but I thought I would just do it. It's huge, you guys, okay? I thought I would just show it on camera. And the person who sent this to me just messaged me on Twitter, so I hope there's not a note in here. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find it, because I want to shout the person out. If I can't find it, then I will maybe show it tomorrow. Give me just a second. I'm gonna stop this while I look. Okay, I can't find the message, and there's no note from it, and it's from Snapfish. And there's like this huge, oh, I don't want you guys to see the back of it. So I'm gonna save this until I can find, I don't wanna show you, until I can find, oh my God, look at the front of this envelope. I forgot to show you guys this. To Peter Monn, YouTube famous of the world. That was from Destiny. So I don't wanna talk about it. Ooh, don't want your pasta to go like that. Alex just said, is it raining or are you boiling something? So, I'm not going to show that until I find the message, because I want to shout out the appropriate person, because this is such a wonderful gift. It is so nice. So yeah. So when I find that out, I will let you guys know. What time do you work in the morning, babe? 8? Alex sprayed a bunch of that Sleepy body spray upstairs because the dogs had pooped earlier. The whole house smells like that Sleepy body spray, and I'm not complaining. I love it. Oh my God, I forgot. I want to find the note before I show you this. This book is so adorable, but I think it's Anusha that sent it to me. Okay, so Anusha, who has followed me on YouTube and Twitter and everything, we've gone back and forth, we've talked. She sent me this book. Thank you so much, Anusha. I had it over there because I was going to show it to my in-laws as well. But it's called Groomed. Jesse Rona's Groomed. Jesse Rona is to dogs, as Vidal Sassoon is to the bob cut. Katy Perry. And it's hilarious. And it has a little flip book at the back, too, where you can see, like, blowout flip book. Let me see if I can show it to you guys. It's this dog getting a blowout. But anyway, it's like all of these pictures of dogs getting groomed. Can you see? It's absolutely adorable. And then, oh, that looks like Boo Radley. I love dog stuff. And then the blowout. This book is fantastic. So thank you, Anusha. I love it. Oh my gosh. Whew, it's hot in this kitchen. It's getting hot in here. So, is my pasta almost done? Maybe a couple more minutes. Where's the colander? You guys call it that? Look, this is so old. This was my grandma's, okay? We have another one that was my mom's. It was like red. We might have thrown it out. Like, seriously, like, as Alex and I are like, look at this. I have my grandma's old stuff in here. This is so funny. Look, a Parmesan cheese grater. Like, my mom ever used this stuff. Seriously, I don't even know what some of this stuff is. Here's a cheese grater that's rusted. We can, look at that. We can throw that out, I think. Hey, Alex, you care if I throw out this cheese grater? Is it what? It's mine, it's rusted. I'm gonna throw away all this stuff that we don't need anymore in here. This was like, I think how you did tea bags back in the day. That's our only mixer though. If we ever want to make a mixer, I probably shouldn't throw that away, should I? No, I'm not going to throw that away. You might want to make cookies and then we won't have a mixer. This is why we have so much shit. Because when's the last time you think we've made cookies in this house? Never. Did you hear him? Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on a second. I'm gonna move you over here. You're in my favorite mug, which is the sailboat mug. Whew. It's hot in this kitchen. Delicious. Look at that. Okay, and then we're gonna put some, here it is, ready for the butter. I just touched the edge of the bowl and it was so hot, or the pot. I burned chili one time. Do you remember that?
What?
When I burned the chili?
Yeah, sure.
I was trying to be so home ec, and I burned the chili. Are you done packing?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do now?
Laying here.
Come on. So there, all the butter. That's buttery enough. Whew. Peter cooks. And then, oh, you know what? I forgot that I heated that up last time in the microwave. Drop the bowls upside down again. So then you take some pasta sauce like this. Oh my Lord. Just a little bit of lemonade left, not much. There's no stopping us now. Did you ever listen to Village People? I used to love the Village People back in the day. I think that's maybe how you know you're really gay. I don't know. Although, you know, like, that whole stereotype that gay people love musicals, I don't love musicals. I like some musicals, like Annie, both the old and the new version, but I don't love musicals. Sound of Music, I love, but I love the story of Sound of Music. Ow, that hurt. I thought I was going to be funny. Put the pasta away. Look, I have a whole drawer dedicated to coffee. 1, 2, 3, 4, and yes, there's pumpkin spice coffee in there. I feel like like you kind of have to do the pumpkin spice thing in fall. My husband hates pumpkin anything. Don't you? Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? Do you guys remember that song? Our friend Demetrius loved that song back in the day. Alex even has some feta cheese. Oh, I forgot about orange juice. Look. I bought this whole thing of orange juice with pulp because I love pulp. Okay, let's put the sauce on. Damn. The bowl is hot. Hot tamales. You guys want to see old? I'm about to show you something old. Okay. Look at all of these old pot holders. Look at this one. It has these little like mushrooms on it. Look at these. These were my grandma's. You do the cooking, we'll do the cleaning during cleaners. Oh, maybe they were my mom's. That's a Carmel phone number where I grew up. Do people still do the dry cleaners? I don't know that many people that take their stuff to dry cleaners anymore. Do you, Alex?
What?
Do you know people that take their stuff to the dry cleaner?
Yeah.
Like a lot?
Yeah.
I don't think I know one person that does. Tanya constantly has something in the washer and dryer, though. I may need a little bit more sauce on this, but I don't like too much sauce, honestly. See? The laundromat is expensive. Well, not the laundromat. Y'all, if you've watched my vlogs long enough, you know that we went to the laundromat all the time, because once a month at least, because we didn't have a washer and dryer, which now we have, thank God. But to take your clothes to the laundry, I think is expensive. I feel like you took some stuff to the laundry not too long ago. Did you? And I'm like, just now remembering it? Look, I forgot somebody had given us this. What is this from? It's like you put a spoon on it. See? But I don't know where it is. Is this Michigan? St. Augustine Light? Jupiter Inlet Light? Isn't it funny how you find stuff and you're like, where did this come from? I don't know. Oh my God, have I been talking for 12 minutes already? Alright, well I'm gonna get off here. Sorry. And I'm gonna eat some of my dinner and I'll be back in just a little while. Hello? Okay, I'm going out for my 82 degrees. It's very toasty out tonight. And I wanted to come down here and go look at the pool to see if the pool was still filled so I could go for a swim. It's too late tonight, but oh yeah, tomorrow. Oh yeah, it's still full and the chairs are out there. You can still go tomorrow. So, I had a wonderful evening tonight. I was very relaxed. Alex and I just kind of hung out. I made my pasta, and then I ate the pasta. I mean, that's what one does after you eat it, right? And then we sat there and we watched Real Housewives of Dallas. Well, he watched the whole thing. I watched like 15 minutes of it. And then I went upstairs and was charging my phone. I was just kind of sitting there looking at stuff on my phone. I was reading some off my Kindle. And I kind of drifted off for a second. Then he came up like 20 minutes later at like 11:45, I think it was. And so we sat there and talked for a little bit about his weekend that's coming up and just daily going-ons and stuff like that, and just kind of hung out and cozied up and all that stuff like we do. And then I went and I gave Pee Pee his meds and I took him outside, and yeah, it was just a very chill evening. Alex and I just kind of hung out and talked and watched a little TV and stuff. It really going that deep. He's really excited now about this trip. He bought this thing and he was like really worried it would be huge to like put on top of the car. But it's like a box, like this big, and he got it from Dick's Sporting Goods. And so he's like, well, I can just carry this on the bus, don't you think? And I was like, oh, absolutely. I said, are you sure you want to take a bus? And he was like, yeah, I don't think it'll be that bad. He was like, I can just do some work or listen to music. And he's like, I think it's only like 5 hours. He leaves at 9:45 or something like that. So, and then after that, I talked to my friend Valerie. I may be meeting her. We may go to a different casino tomorrow night. I'm not sure. But I think she and I might meet up later. Do something. I feel like ever since like Vegas, I haven't really stopped. And so it was nice tonight to just kind of relax and, you know, I was like outside taking Pee-Pee out and I was like looking up the stars and I was like, it's so pretty out tonight. And I just felt so calm and peaceful, you know. I was thinking about like, you know, when I was younger, I've always, like, this is gonna sound crazy growing up in the home of an alcoholic, but, you know, when I talk about that, it's not like it was like my mom was drunk 24 hours a day. That was not the case at all. And, there were, you know, many times that my mom was completely sober, completely fine, and, you know, we would play games or whatever. And, like, home was always a safe place for me, you know, like, comfortable place, comfort, and it was, like, why it was important for me to, like, make my bed and always have my bed made and all that kind of stuff, and, you know, when I was a little kid, have my stuffed animals all tucked in, and I still feel like that, you know, about home. It's like why I like the candle waxes, and I think it's like, you know, why I like to be at home with the dogs, and it's just, you know, it's comfortable. It's my, you know, it's my place. I love it. And I love to travel. It's not that. God, I saw a picture of a friend of mine tonight, and he's like in St. Thomas right now with his boyfriend, and I was like, oh my God, I would love to be in St. Thomas. But at the same time, it's like, I like to be home too, you know, like Alex is always like, wouldn't you just love to travel like all the time? And I'm like, I don't know, like if I could be with, you know, if I could be with my dogs. We went out to dinner with Alex's friend and her new boyfriend. Like they've been dating for like 6 months to a year now. And he's a really nice guy. This was last week when we went to Cheesecake Factory. And you know, he was talking, I said that while we were at dinner, and he said, I have a friend of mine that's older and he's like retired, but he still has business ventures that he does. Cars are so loud out tonight. And he was like, but he still has business ventures that he does and whatever. And he owns like a condo at like the Ritz-Carlton residences. Okay, like I can't afford that, right? But he made some deal with them where he like goes like from like San Francisco, and then he'll be in San Francisco for like 3 or 4 months, and then Chicago, and then like London, and I don't know how it works outside of the United States, but like he'll take his dogs with him, and have his dogs like at each residence that he's at for like, you know, 3 months at a time or something. Well, that would be ideal, and that was what Alex and I talked about, you know, like with Florida going back and forth, that if we had a place down there, you know, like when we were going down there for a couple months, one or both of us could just drive down there with the dogs and back, you know, so then we would have our car down there, but then we would also have the dogs, which would be ideal. So I don't know, we'll see. We're not there yet. Someday, hopefully. Like you're a kid and you have like all these dreams and things you want to do. I was thinking about this earlier today. It's like, you have like these, like you really do think that these dreams are, attainable. Like whether it's like for me, I always wanted to be like the movie star, or an actor on Broadway or something, or, I wanted to be, writing TV shows and soap operas, and I wanted to be a novelist. Or whether it's like I want to be an athlete, or, whatever your dream is, doctor, astronaut, whatever. And then like you grow up a little bit, and I almost kind of think like this happens in high school. Like in middle school, I think that you still have that kind of like, what if, like it could still happen. And then in like high school, I think you start realizing, I think like the whole like college versus technical school versus just getting a job really, I think, weeds out some people's dreams, which is interesting when you think about it. Like I think the way that I went to school, it was presented to me like, if you don't go to college, you won't make anything of your life, if that makes sense. Somebody said they hated the shirt in my vlog last night. I'm sorry, it is so comfortable. And I only wore it one night vlogging, so I'm like, I just put it back on again tonight. I'll try not to wear it again in a future vlog. But, I think like what's interesting when you look at a lot of people that are like highly, highly successful after high school, singers, actors, whatever, artists, often they never went to college, or they went to college later. Because they were, they moved to Hollywood, or they moved to Nashville, and they were chasing their dream or whatever. And so it's almost like a drive that I think some people have that others don't. I don't know. I kind of waver back and forth. Like, I have that drive when it's convenient and I'm like really driven at the moment. But there are other times that I'm just completely like I can't be bothered to chase my dreams right now, And it's sad because I think what happens is you kind of get to a point where you think to yourself, well, none of these dreams are attainable, It's like there's a song in the movie Thelma and Louise, and it's the part where Thelma is like is it Thelma? Which one? I can never remember which one's which. It's the part, well, it's Gina Davis. I think she's Thelma. Yeah, because when she's smoking that cigarette, she's like, I'm Louise, and she's like joking. But anyway, there's a part when she's like driving through, I think it's like the Badlands, late at night, and Susan Sarandon's asleep. And the song in the background is this great song, and it's about this woman named Lucy something, I can't remember. The song is called Ode to Lucy something, but anyway, she's like, it says in there something about turning 40, and then she realized she would never drive like a convertible in France, something like that. And I remember hearing that song because I like found that song like years later and downloaded it. I loved it when I heard it in there, and I think like there's a truth to that. It's like you get to a certain point where you think, well, I'm probably never going to achieve some of these dreams. But like, why does that kick in? Because I think the only difference from people that achieve their dreams and people that don't, I used to say back in the day, I would say, the only difference between, like jokingly, but I really believe this to some degree, the only difference between me and Tom Cruise is that he showed up for the audition. And I mean, you have to kind of have that attitude. Like you have to, show up to something. I mean, you can't sit there and think to myself, well, I didn't make anything of my life if you didn't even show up to try. And I think for much of my life, I just didn't even show up and try. And then one day I realized, shortly after my mom's death, life is short. And do I think I'll achieve all of my dreams before I die? No. Not if I even live to be 100. Do I think I'll achieve some of my dreams? Yes, I've achieved some of my dreams and so much more. Some of the dreams that I wanted to achieve when I was younger aren't really that important to me anymore, And I think that there's a sadness that comes with that too, and thinking like, well, I had this dream that I was so focused on for so long. It's like, like people that play athletics for years and years and years and years, and they think they're gonna get, play, college sports, and then they're gonna get recruited, and then like one thing throws them off, like an injured knee, or they don't make a certain team in college, or they don't get drafted by a college that they want to go to, or a different division. And I think often, you know, people are just like, well, I'm done then. I'm not going to do this anymore. Like, this isn't for me. And I think that's sad. I think you have to kind of, you know, continue to just like forge forward and enjoy those parts of your life that you really love. And so I think that's where you have to like do things because you love it, not because it feels necessary to you or because you're so driven to do it. You know what I mean? It's like when you do something because you're passionate about it, you continue to do it even when you can't really see like how it's benefiting you. You know, when I wrote my book, like, my end game was I'm gonna get a book published, because I knew that, because she told me, you know, well, I'll publish your book after we finish editing, whatever it is. So that was my end game, was that I wanted to be able to say I had published a book. Okay, like, that was it for me. Like, I didn't even care if I sold one book. The fact that I ended up selling so many books that I never expected, I mean, it was never a bestseller, it was nothing like that. I mean, it wasn't, okay? I don't know how many I sold, I have no idea, but enough to pay a few car payments. But, you know, the fact that I actually completed writing a novel and had it published, I was like, you know, I mean, people always ask me, they're like, do you look down on people that self-publish? I'm like, they wrote a book. That's a lot more than some people can say. You know what I mean? No, I don't look down on it. There's a lot of people that are self-published that are very, very successful. I wasn't self-published. I was in a boutique publishing house, and I now have a literary agent. But it doesn't, and she used to be my publisher, and she's now my agent, but it doesn't, I don't think, look any different. I've read a lot of books that are by traditional publishing houses that are shit. And I've read a lot of books by indie publisher or self-published, you know, through Amazon or Create Space that are fantastic, you know. So I don't really think that makes a difference. I think somebody sitting down and actually doing the work to write a book says a lot. And that was really all it was for me, you know. But then when I got it done, I just kind of was like, okay, that dream's over, you know. And I'm a big believer in, like, Oprah saying that, you know, once you complete a dream, you got to dream a bigger dream. But I didn't really know what my bigger dream was then. Having a second book, well, that didn't really seem like much of a dream to me anymore, you know? And the world became smaller. And I think that's the thing, is that with each dream that you achieve, the world seems a little smaller. Because then what you realize, and this is going to sound crazy, is the more dreams that you achieve, the more that are attainable. And, like, one of the things I realized with that whole process was, I wish, like, people ask me, like, if you knew what you know now 20 years ago, what are things that you would change about your life? Well, one thing is, I would chase my dreams. Like, my dreams were just as attainable. I mean, I think there was, like, this cord that had to wrap through all the things that I did. But at the same time, do I think that my writing improved greatly? No. I think it improved slightly. But I don't know that I think it improved greatly. I found some writing of mine from 20 years ago that was fantastic, you know? That I'm like, damn, this was good. And so, you know, it kind of, like, I don't know, makes me wonder why I didn't pursue it more then. But I think, like, with the writing, and I don't know if you can compare this to whatever your dream is, but, you know, like, with the, please don't turn off, with the writing, oh, thank God. Okay, like, I would sit down and I would start writing, right? Or I would start outlining, and then I would think to myself, okay, like, what's gonna happen? You're gonna outline this book, you're gonna sit down here, you're gonna write it forever, blah, 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 and then what? Who's gonna publish it? You're gonna send out 20, 50 query letters to people, which I had done in the past. Nobody took me up on my book ideas. 2 people wrote back and said they were very interested in the idea. Contact them when I had a completed manuscript. And they were agents. But that was out of, like, 50, literally 50 or 100 query letters that I sent out, which is what you do in publishing. So, you know, I would start writing or outlining, and I would think, who am I joking? Like, this is never gonna happen, and then I'm gonna get a literary agent, and then they're gonna sell my book. Like, who does this happen to, really? So then what would happen is I wouldn't even write. I'd be like, screw it, I don't even want to write. Like, what's the point? You know? And then in the last couple years, we've seen really fantastic authors come out that are very, very young. I am so confused by this place. If it's like a assisted living program or whatever, it's beautiful. Looks like a big log cabin. But, you know, like Francesca Zappia, who wrote Eliza and the Monsters, and she's from Indianapolis. She teaches at the University of Indianapolis now. I think she's like 23 or 24, and she wrote that book when she was like 20, maybe 18, and it was published when she was 20. The book is fantastic. The book is absolutely fantastic. And I know so many people like that. Okay, I was giving this big soliloquy about chasing your dreams, and I reached up to adjust my camera. Oh, it was... And, oh, did I buy a... What song is that? Oh, it's on SoundCloud. And, I turned my camera off. So tired of myself. I'm so tired of doing that, myself doing that. And I literally just picked up the camera and I just closed it and I put it over here. I was like, I'm not even gonna vlog anymore tonight. You ever just get like that? And I was like, take some deep breaths, exhale. And then I went in and I got this water because I was like, I need a water. So anyway, I don't even know what I was saying anymore. Oh my God, it's so hot. This car, Peter, why are you so lazy? Go get your air conditioning fixed. It's 79 degrees now. I don't even feel like I can be serious about this anymore. But no, dream your biggest dream, seriously. How about it? You'll never know until you do. I guess, I don't know. My dream is to have a camera that doesn't stop at 24 minutes and that doesn't go back and forth. And now this entire remote is so sticky, can you see that? From being on the thing, that it slides. So I don't even know what to do anymore. My Sony never did that because it was so thick. God, it's so hot in here. The Sony never did that because it was so thick, so it didn't slide, like, it didn't go like this. That's what this camera does, and I don't even realize it because I'm not looking at it, you know? Ah! Right in my eye. Do you ever wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, you look at the clock and you're like, oh my God. I mean, I go to bed so late, this hardly ever happens to me anymore, but you wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, I still have like 4 hours left to sleep, and you go in and you get like a big glass of water from the kitchen. I used to always do that, and I have this metal cup that I love to drink. Either this metal cup or this like handmade ceramic mug that my mom got somewhere. Both of them, I swear, ice cold water out of the refrigerator tastes so different than out of just a glass or whatever. And I just love to just like chug and chug and chug and chug water. So I do that. Do you ever do that? It's fantastic, isn't it? You know, I don't think it's enough in life. Let me go back to what I was saying now that I've calmed down a little bit. I don't think it's enough in life just to have somebody tell you something. I think at some point you have to kind of believe it. You know, it's like along the way I learned that, like, my dad only wanted what was best for me. So when my dad gives me advice today, I take it because, or, you know, I really highly consider it because I know that my dad wants what's best for me. I know he doesn't have any ulterior motives, you know, he doesn't trying to, you know, coerce my decision, you know. I mean, he'll give me thoughtful advice on situations. Tanya's the same way, Alex is the same way. So at some point I just have to trust their opinion that if I ask for it, you know. When people used to tell me chase your dreams, I was my own saboteur with all of that. You know, like I would sabotage my own dreams because I would be in my head saying, well, you can't do this. This isn't realistic. Like I was talking about with the book. And that just isn't the case. And, you know, if along the ride with me, there's a lot of things you didn't believe or you couldn't get behind or whatever, I totally understand that. But if you ever take one thing from me, just one single thing, take this. And that is that you can make your dreams come true in some capacity or another. And if you don't, you might just have a really good journey chasing them. I have, and I've had a great time accomplishing some of my dreams, chasing some of my dreams that will never come true. Some things happened along the way that I never thought would happen. I've met some fantastic people, you know, and I've also had some really ugly experiences. But I wouldn't exchange it for anything. And I just don't think that we're meant to be put on this earth you know, when I see these stories of people that are really impoverished, still chasing their dreams, like, that's so inspiring to me, because I'm like, if they can do it, then you really have no excuse. You know what I mean? And it's like with the TED Talks. And I remember seeing that kid on there, like this TED Talks changed me. And I talked about it on here as well. And I think the kid's name was Maddie. And he had some severe developmental issue. And he was small, but there was also like skeletal problems. I think he had that disease where you age really fast or something. But his dream was that he just wanted to be on the drum corps. That was like all he wanted. And so, like, he worked with the school, and they like designed this like special thing, because the drum is so heavy to carry. They designed this like special thing, and he does this TED Talks, you know, about that he doesn't look at life by what he can't do, that he looks at life at what he can do. And I don't know, it just changed my perspective on things. And I think partly that is the trick in life, you know, is allowing new lessons to be learned. So, chase your dreams. And I'm going to get off here and listen to my White Trash Zombies Book 2. Even White Trash Zombies Get the Blues. And I love you, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.